Hey beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I forgot. I'm still waiting for my coffee to cool, so it's taking a little bit for the brain cells to, jumpstart today. So, like I said in my CCO haul, I wanted to come back and show you guys me using a couple of the products. So this is just going to be a really quick get ready with me. Not a chat to get ready with me because I ain't got nothing to talk about. But for today's video, I will be using the Forbidden Pink Quad from Tom Ford, as well as the Tan Light Highlighter and the, what is this called? The lipstick. So these are going to be the three products that I will be demoing for you guys today. Now, if this is your first time watching me, hi, welcome. I'm Jamila. I love all things beauty. I love all things makeup and skincare, and I especially love sharing my tips and tricks for how to find high-end and luxury beauty products at bargain prices. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd absolutely love if you would consider subscribing and joining the fam. Okay, so like I said, we're doing a quick and dirty first impressions / review, and I'm comfortable calling this a review because it's only 4 shades of the Tom Ford Forbidden Pink palette. So this is what the quad looks like. You get 4 shades. I have no idea what either of these are called, but it is definitely a new kind of creamier color for Tom Ford. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch this, and then I'm going to put this on the eyes, and then we'll dive into some of the other products that I have. I will try to leave timestamps down below, so if you are interested in one specific product, you could jump along to that. So here we have the Tom Ford quad. Let's just, ooh, that's creamy. So here we have the 4 shades. This is really, really rich. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this chocolate brown is giving me everything. The shimmers are definitely on the softer side, but that is Tom Ford, it's MO, so I kind of expected that. But here we have the 4 shades. Very pretty. Honestly, kind of basic shades, nothing super exciting, but that's kind of what you get with Tom Ford. Very soft, beautiful eyeshadow. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys I will bring you guys in a little bit closer and we'll get started on the eyes. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna go into the light matte shade. Now this is a creamy matte. I think it's like a cream to powder, but it's definitely on the creamy end. So let's see how this actually applies and blends. I'm using a Tarte brush that I've had for God alone knows how long. The print is rubbing off the brush, all kind of thing. But it's one of my denser blending brushes. And because it's a creamy formula, I like to go in with a more dense brush to pick up that product. Okay, we're getting something. Since you're already all here, since you're all here, this is giving me dusty mauve vibes, or mauve, however you say it. And even though this palette is called Forbidden Pink, there's like no pink in it. No, this is very, very light, so I am constantly dipping back in to this because it is that cream to powder kind of formula. And I probably would have gone in with an even denser brush on this. But I am seeing color payout, which is great. I'm glad I'm at least seeing that. Okay, next up, I'm going to go into the only other matte in this palette. It's this deep brown, but with a little bit of purple to it, I think. And I'm going to start using that in the outer crease. So I'm using this Morphe E22 brush. It is one of my favorite blending brushes. I have several of these. It's also on the denser end, so I think that this is good because this is also that cream formula. So because it's denser, it picks it up a lot easier than a fluffy brush. Just popping that into the crease and blending that into the first shade. So far it's blending really nicely without any issues into that first shade. And because this is a cream to powder, this can be diffused for a very, very soft look. So I can build it up by tapping it into the crease there to get the depth, and then start blending it out to get it softer. so I'm going to leave the eyes like this for now. I will go back, blend things up together better and clean it up. But let's dive into the shimmers. So I'm obviously going to use both of these because we don't really have a ton. So I'm initially going to go into this shimmer, the kind of pinky, barely pinky shimmer. Taking my Refa #1 brush. So far, pretty good pickup. And I'm putting that into the center of the lid here. It's not bad. I'm getting pretty decent pickup on the brush. But let's see if we can intensify it a little bit more. So I'm actually going to take my middle finger, pick up some of that on the finger, and try to tap that directly onto the lid. Okay, so it is working. Although I feel like this shade is going to be one that is very, very prone to hard pan. Because I feel like I can already see it wanting to hard pan in here. So just switching back to the brush again to clean this up a little bit. And then taking my Sonia G Builder brush, I'm going to go into the second shimmer. This could be used as a great inner corner highlight. But I'm actually going to put that into the inner third of the eye. Ooh, that is beautiful. And blend that into that second shimmer. This has a lot more impact, and it might also be because this is a denser brush that this is picking up easier. But the shimmers in this are definitely different from the shimmers in the first one, because that one is more creamy, more smooth, dare I say a little bit more satin. This one definitely has a lot more sparkle to it. That's pretty. You know, it would be pretty to put that dark shade all over the lid and then just pop that sparkle on top of it. That's a look right there. No innovation. Okay, I'm gonna pause right here for a minute. You guys see the vision, you see where this is going. I'm gonna go clean things up, get started on the rest of my face, and then I will come back to show you guys the highlighter duo. Okay, I'm back and finished up most of my face. I did my bronzer, but I do wanna do the blush on camera because I am gonna use one of my old Tom Ford blushes. I did declutter most of them, to be quite frank, but I kept these two. So it's Disclosure and Flush. Flush is a brighter pink, and Disclosure is honestly a little bit more mauvey, a little bit cooler, not as bubblegum pink. You can see the differences, right? This one's darker, so we're gonna go with that one because we're going for a soft look today. And these eyes are giving with this palette. Okay, so I'm just gonna gently dab that onto the cheeks for a little bit of a flush. There we go. We don't want to overdo this because this is a soft look, which is the entire aesthetic of Tom Ford, right? So, and this has a little bit of like shimmer in there, but it doesn't translate on the cheeks. It is very matte onto the cheeks. Okay, there we go. Very, very soft. Barely there blushing vibes. Okay. So that's not the new product that we're gonna demo. Next up is the Tan Light shade or highlighter duo from Tom Ford. So this is actually very, very recent. I do believe this is for deeper skin tones. You have a lighter highlighter and a deeper highlighter. So let's swatch both of them. So this is the lighter one and the deeper one. Here. There we go. There we go. You can see both of them on my finger there. So we have the lighter one and then the deeper one. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so I wouldn't normally do this, but because we are demoing, I'm gonna put one on one side and one on the other cheek. So let me bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can see it clearly. Okay, so let's go in with the lighter one. This is my Shop Miss A highlighter brush, and I'm just gonna apply that. Ooh. Okay. This is giving a lot more than I thought. It is very nice, but it blends into the skin really well. I took it down a little bit too far, but don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And then I'm just gonna wipe that off on my Sonia G towel. And then we're gonna go into the darker shade. And we're gonna apply it to this side of the face. Oh, that's pretty. I think I like this side more. These are very, very high impact. I did not expect this much shine from Tom Ford. Now this I really, really like. I do think that in the winter time it might be a hair too deep for me because I do get a little bit lighter. I am sporting a pretty significant tan so far because I've been out and about for the last like month, but I really like it. I think it blends into the skin. I think this suits my complexion now really well. So this is the darker shade here, you can see. And I can go ahead and add more to intensify it, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't wanna be doing too much. Again, soft, that's the whole theme of this look. And then this is the lighter shade here. So dark, light. Let me know what you think about this. Do you like either side? Does this appeal to you? So far, I really, really like that. Okay, I want to quickly show you guys the waterline because I have not done that yet. And then we will do my lipstick. So for the waterline, I'm going to take this Shop Miss A E124 pencil brush. This is one of my denser, stiffer pencil brushes. And because the cream shades in here are much harder to pick up with a regular brush, I'm going in with a brush as stiff as possible. So I'm taking the darker matte shade and I'm just gonna apply that to basically the inner half of the waterline. So again, taking this cream matte shade and I'm applying that to the inner half of the waterline. And then cleaning off that same brush on my Sonia G towel, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the pink shade. So I'm gonna go into the pink shimmer. I'm gonna apply that to the first half of the waterline. Okay, so there we have it. I will go back and add mascara, but let's do the lipstick. So this is the shade Naked Rose. The collection came out with 2 lipsticks. Naked Rose, and then there's a bubblegum pink kind of shade that I chose to skip because it's just too bright pink for me. Although, maybe I'll pick it up. We'll see. So let's just quickly swatch Naked Rose. That's pretty. It's like a, I don't know how to describe it. Because it definitely has a pink look to it with a, like the tiniest bit of orange I see in there. But it's cute. And it's a satin matte. Oh. Why am I so surprised by these things? I don't love matte lipsticks, but because this is a satin matte, I'm very interested to see how this applies and how it wears on my face. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with my Cork liner from MAC.
No intervention.
Okay. Now that my lips are lined, I'm gonna go ahead and apply Naked Rose. Oh, okay. You see, I am seeing a little bit of red orange in there. I'm liking this satin matte formula though. I think this is really nice. Okay, this color is a vibe. Would I probably top this with a gloss? Yes, but I like this. Okay, so this is this lip, which I kind of like a lot. I should have exfoliated before, so don't judge me, y'all. I know where I went wrong. Okay, But yeah, this is the lip. I'm gonna go ahead, add mascara, and then come back, show you guys the final face, and we'll talk about all of these products.
And no 12 steps. It's my decision. It's my decision. No intervention. No intervention.
Okay, I'm done, and this is the final face, which I think came out really nice. Like, I am all for these very soft looks, but I will say, this palette gave depth. It gave a little bit of drama. Like, I got a lot more depth and a lot more drama out of this than I ever expected to get out of a Tom Ford palette. Okay, let's talk about all of the products. Actually, before we get into the specific products, I do want to say that the finishing touches for this look was that I went back into the highlighter duo and I took the light shade and I used that as my inner corner highlight as well as my brow bone highlight. For the rest of my face, I'm wearing my Givenchy foundation. Everything else is packed away, guys. So at this point, it's gonna be the same product. So my Givenchy foundation, my Sephora concealer, as well as my Sephora powder to set my entire face. I used my Pat McGrath blurring under eye powder in the shade Deep to set my under eyes. For my bronzer, I went in with my Dior bronzer and topped it off with my Bare Minerals bronzer. And you guys saw the Tom Ford blush that I used, which is discontinued. And I think that's pretty much it. That was the entirety of this look. Now let's talk about the individual products because that's what you're here for, right? So first and foremost, let's start off with... Actually, let's work backward. Let's start off with the lipstick. So the satin matte lipstick in the shade Naked Rose. I will say that I really like this formula. I'm not getting the matteness from it. It definitely feels pretty satin. Maybe after this has had a chance to sit on my lips a little bit longer, I will start to feel it. Now, it does really sink into the lines, but I did not exfoliate or moisturize before this, so that's my own fault. So I do think that if I take, you know, the proper prep for my lips, it will look a lot better than it does right now. Okay, sunlight. You see that lighting change? Okay. And now it goes away. This is what happens when you film in natural light, and now it's coming back. Okay, you... Come on, pick a side. Now I look real orange. This is natural light filming, y'all. Let me see if I can adjust the blinds. So yeah, I do like it. I think the formula feels comfortable. I will say that. I love this sort of satin matte texture. So I'm definitely down for trying more Tom Ford lipsticks with this texture. The highlighter duo, really like this. I thought that this gave more impact than I expected it to. I like both sides. I will say that this one might be deeper in the winter time when I get a little bit lighter. But for right now, I think both sides gave... It gave, again, a lot more than I expected from Tom Ford. Very high impact. But I think that the Tom Ford formulas are always really nice, that you can buff them out to get a softer look if you want to. And then finally, what y'all came here for, the Forbidden Pink Quad. I really like this quad as well. Now, the formulas are not necessarily the easiest to work with, so I don't think that it's beginner friendly because of the fact that these are cream formulas. That being said, I have learned that when it comes to cream formulas, you have to go in with a denser brush because it's just really hard to pick up that formula on a fluffy brush. So I think that I prepped enough knowing that, okay, I'm gonna have to work to get this out by using a denser brush. In terms of the pigmentation and the impact, super impressed. Like, I think that dark shade gives so much depth to this look. And Tom Ford is not necessarily known for being the most deep or depth giving brand. So if you are a darker complexion, I think you will love this. I think that you will be happy about the depth that you're gonna get. The shimmers, I love the two that they paired it with. Now granted, this is not a pink palette, but I do think you get some mauviness out of it, which I guess is pink adjacent, you know what I mean? So I do think that the two shades that they paired really well, that they paired together with this, are really well. This one has a bit of a coppery look to it, and this one is a little bit more of an icy gold, but not too icy where it looks horrible on my complexion. And I think that there is some versatility to this palette. One of the things that I go in with when I think about quads is that it's a quad, it's 4 shades, there's only going to be so much you can do. But with this one, I actually think you can do a lot. First, you can create a look like this using all of the shades, but if you wanted to, you could also just take the deep shade, put it on over the lid, buff out the edges, and then take this shiny, you know, shade here and top it on top of it because it doesn't have the strongest base, and these sparkles are a lot looser and they give really, really great impact. So I think that if you take that dark cream shade and put it all over the lid and then just top it with this one, you would have a spectacular look. You could also just keep it a little bit on the deeper side by taking this first shade out entirely and just using this shimmer across the entire lid. This, I would say, is more of a satin shimmer than anything else. There's not a lot of spinal, not a lot of shine, not a lot of sparkle, which is typical for Tom Ford, and it's excellent for mature lids. So if you have a lot of texture, if you have a lot of issues with creasing, and you don't like super high shine sparkly shadows because they do emphasize texture, I think that you would really, really enjoy this one. I went into this thinking that it was going to be a very soft, pretty, everyday look, and I do think that I got that, but with some drama. Now, granted, I could have softened this up a lot, especially when it comes to cream shadows. They blend out, and they buff out really, really well. But I wanted to see how much I could build up this dark shade, and I was very impressed. I could have, you know, kept it a lot softer than that, so don't feel like this is only going to give you a nice sort of depth-filled or drama-filled look. And if you are of a lighter complexion, trust me, you will be able to like blend this out and get it to much softer if this is too much for you. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. Do I think that this is worth it? Absolutely. Do I think it's worth it at full price? Absolutely not. $90 for 4 shadows is insane. I'm just gonna say it's absolutely insane. I think at that price point, you are better off putting that money into a Natasha Denona palette or even a Pat McGrath palette on sale, not a Tom Ford quad. Now, if you are able to get this at your cosmetics company store at a discount, then I think it's worth it. When you purchase from the CCO, you are able to get these products at 40 to 50% off, which makes it a lot cheaper. I ended up spending $38.25 on this one, which I think is appropriate. Do I think it's still really expensive for 4 shades? Yeah, 100%. But given Tom Ford's original price point, I do think that that doesn't bother me as much. It still bothers me because it's expensive and unnecessary, but it doesn't bother me as much. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this quick little try on using the Tom Ford palettes that I picked up at the cosmetics company store. I do have more that I want to show you guys. If you didn't, go ahead and watch the haul because you'll see everything that I picked up. There is another quad in this series as well as another highlight duo. So I will test that out in a separate video for you guys to see that one on me. And I might go back and pick up the bubblegum pink version of this lipstick because I like the formula of this so far, and who knows? Maybe I am a bubblegum pink kind of gal. We'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so very much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. As always, don't forget to hit that like button. If you have enjoyed the content, leave a comment down below saying whatever it is you want to say. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Join the fam. So much videos, so much content for you guys coming very, very soon. As always, thank you. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!